Oh, I didn't expect you here. Today's video will be a little bit different from my last one, because I want to do something different, and variety is a good thing to do. Anyways, in this video, I will be showing you 3 of my EXE OCs. I will be mentioning when they were made, and what their story is, and how they upgraded along the years. And they are Primordius, Enembra, and Ember. Let's start with the oldest one, Primordius. Now, Prime is an interesting one. He was just a Shadow Beast in his first version. But over time, he changed the most out of the 3. The first artwork I made of him was back in February 8th, 2022. Not a lot for him, but the second version of Prime was made in August 27th, 2022. Still has the Shadow Beast form, but now he has a faker form, and became a generic EXE. His story has changed a lot. Instead of being a serial killer, he's a dad that was trapped in a Sonic 2 cartridge by a demon, and his son plays the cartridge without him knowing that his dad is in the cartridge. Now to version 3. Version 3 is basically the same thing as version 2, but with better artwork and a different color palette. And it was made in February 7th, 2023. You may have noticed something about the final form of him. He looks different in the drawing I've been doing this whole time. That's because I wanted him to look more human than Hedgehog, to show there's a human in there and not nothing. That's just all I wanted to say. I hope you enjoy the rest of the time lapse. And here's the final drawing. I did kind of mess up on one of the palm trees. It's not as tall as the other two, but it's already done. You can't do anything now. But now it's time for the second oldest, Enembra. Enembra is unique because instead of being in a normal Sonic game, he's in an interactable episode of The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, with its own console that has a keyboard so you can interact with some of the characters. But it is faulty and tends to catch fire. That's how he gets his victims. The oldest art I have of him was made in July 12, 2022. Their original design was transferred to their true form, so I made a digital form for him on February 8th, 2022. Some details carried over from the true form to the digital form, like the gray burnt fur and the stone feet. I don't know what you would call those. Nowadays, they have a new design because Primordius and some of my other EXEs have gotten redesigns, but not Enembra. So I decided to give him a new redesign made on June 21st, 2024. And here's the final art. You can kind of see he has a mohawk instead of normal spikes. That's because I wanted him to look more like the cartoons instead of the games, because that would fit better with his story. And that's about it for Anemra. Anyways, it's time for our final and youngest one out of the bunch. Ember was made in December 5th, 2022. There's not a lot of changes in his design, so I will tell you why I made him and some inspirations for him. So when I was making him, I had a thought that all good EXEs were calm and didn't really do a lot besides a few. So instead of making him like a normal good EXE, I decided to make him a hunter of other EXEs. But he didn't know which ones were good and which ones were bad. I also made this Christmas sprite of him for no reason. With this Justice thing, he kind of reminds me of Batman a little bit. I also made a human form of him. Forgot why. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the time lapse. So here is the final artwork. So I was going to have a segment where I was going to tell you his story, but I had to cut it for time. Well, that's the end of it. I don't know what to do for the rest of this video. I guess I could show you some of my other EXEs. They are Heist, the most cruelest demon in the universe. Eyes, an infection that covers you in eyes. Bernhardt, a demon trapped in the same Sonic 3 cartridge as Prime. sc.til, a self-aware AI with a missing part of itself. And finally, Jag. That's about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. It took me too long to make. Like and subscribe. Or do whatever you want. I don't care. Goodbye.